My people, let me know if my mic is working. What's up, fishing fam? No, there's probably not a lot of people on. Don't have a lot of members like some of the big YouTube channels, but I did have to take a moment here at the end of another shoot. It's 2024, getting ready to hit 25. Crazy, crazy, craziness. Hopefully, my mic is working. See everybody chit chatting and yapping. Says it doesn't have anyone views. Nobody watching. I'm not sure. Text message about my doctor appointment next week. Is it working or not? I don't know. Mike is good. Okay, good. Trevor says it's working. I didn't see any viewer counts on the stream, so I didn't know if it was working or not. But yeah, I had to stop here at the kind of end of the season, and I wanted to thank all of you for being members and being a part of what we're doing here. And not a lot of people do that, but you guys take the time out of or take the literal cash out of your pocket and support the channel with it. And I got to tell you, I appreciate every member who's in here, every time you guys, support and do the things that we do. If I sound a little, I don't know, less than pumped, today was the one day of the year that I allow myself a stupid McRib. Today was that day. So I'm like, but it's something that I have to do. But I just wanted to do a quick short live tonight. I'm gonna announce that I'm probably gonna do like a big end of year giveaway for one of the members in here probably next month, just to kind of pay back, because I know you guys don't even care about that. I will say this, and this is what kind of prompted this today. And I made a call out last week or whenever it was I went live for accepting. They still taste the same. It's the same old cheap rib meat, barbecue sauce, pickle, and not even well cut onions, which I normally pick off. But yeah, I feel like shit because I haven't been eating clean for so long. But I put out a call last week for baits and whatnot. Make sure I don't show anybody's address. Okay, I think it's on the other side. And I already got the first box in that somebody donated. A bunch of baits. Michael Bradley donated a whole box of baits and some reels and all kinds of goodies. And this is for that high school bass club that we talked about. And he literally dropped me a note, says, "Hey, JT, I hope this helps the high school bass club. Happy holidays to you and the family, Mike B." And, that's one thing I love about this community is, just folks will jump in and support and donate like we did with the veterans at the domiciliary a couple years ago after Jeremy got out. And I mean, Jeremy and I are actually going to be stacking and collecting a bunch of baits and whatnot too. But of course, the more good quality baits that we can give this, and like I said, this high school is really small, couple hundred students in all 4 grades, right? They get beat up in every basketball tournament. They don't even have a football team. I don't think they have a baseball team. They might play tennis, but they put together a bass club. So we're going to be collecting baits through all winter until spring. And then Jeremy and I and a guy that he actually heard this about in the spring, we're going to do seminars, just teach them the basics and all that too, and hook them up if they need a boat captain. Then if they need a boat captain, I may volunteer my time in boat to go haul them around so that they can fish too. But again, a real small high school. But I'll talk about this more in the public live here in a bit with Mike. But it's most of you guys that are in here that do so much, and you're anytime we're doing an event somewhere, you're there. But Didn't have a whole lot to say. Funny thing was, if you watched my live last week, I kind of had it with Monster Bass, and actually Rafi called me the other day to talk about still working with Grande Bass, and then Rick had tried to call me last week, and then got a hold of me today, and I just kind of let him know how I felt, and I'm not saying it's a me or the other dude kind of thing, because I don't want it to be that way, but I can't be associated with somebody that I don't have any respect for. And like I told him, I said, until then, I'm just going to step away and, not do Monster Bass. And he gets it. And, he said, just, put it on the bench, check back with him in the spring, things change and so forth and so on. And, so I will. It's not like I'm gonna go throw away all my Monster Bass gear and and all that either. But it's just like I told him. I said I can't promote something that I don't believe in until I believe in it, and that's and my heart wasn't in it. And so we'll see how they go and see what their format looks like next year, and see if things change as well. But that's just me being honest with him. I'm not going to go in public blast and I don't like this and that and blah blah blah. But if it's not something that I can wholeheartedly put my name into, even though I'm not so big that I matter to me, but I know there are people that respect my opinions, and when I say something, they know if I'm backing it, then I mean it from my heart. And until my heart's in it, I just don't believe in it. You guys know me. You know, I would never diss on Old Town, even though I left their pro staff. Still love everybody over there. I just wanted to free myself to try other kayaks, which, is kind of what I do. I don't stick with one brand, in pretty much anything. I could have, probably signed a deal with Luz and Strike King, knowing Tom. But I like playing with all the things. You guys know how it is. But no, I wanted to do a quick, short live tonight to say thank you. Um, I even do a drawing, and I don't think I'm going to do the drawing in here tonight because I don't want to do it um with limited amount of people and limited amount of people not being time in here. But what I'm going to do, yeah, Trevor, and that's exactly what I mean. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm letting you guys know, and then I'll let the people out in public know as well, that what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a ticket system for every member who has supported this channel. For every month that you were a member of this channel this year, I'm going to put a ticket in the hat, basically the wheel of names. And then like after Christmas, or right before New Year's or something, I'm going to do a big spin the wheel kind of thing, and give one of our members my Daiwa Zillion. So I'll clean it all up after season, but you guys know what that reel means to me. It'll either be the Daiwa Zillion or like my no, I can't do my Stradic, because that was the first reel I ever bought from American Legacy Fish. It'll be the Zillion. I know Debo's given away a Zillion before. But that's you guys know what that one means to me, but I want it to mean something to one of you guys too. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there, and say thank you. I don't often ever do members only content, because I don't know, to me that just, the whole fishing fam is the whole fishing fam. Is that, if that makes sense? I care about every single person who follows along, and whether they put money into the channel or not. But for you guys, I mean, you guys are the ones basically that fund the shipping when I ship stuff out to people, so that I don't have to eat that cost all the time. But I want it to be something meaningful. And I still remember, almost breaking my heart when I canceled the membership thing a couple years ago, and um Sly Fox about murdered me. But I get it. It was me thinking that I wasn't giving you any value when you were truly giving something of yourselves to help support me, to help do what we do. So I obviously, learned from my errors. A lot of the people that didn't, they didn't rejoin after that, which is, fine. Those who did do and support what we do, You guys know I don't, and I kind of always kind of put it this way too. It's like I don't need it. But as others have told me, they wanted to have a way of supporting what I do. And I was kind of being disrespectful by shutting that down. It's like I don't seek sponsorships because honestly, I don't need it. You guys know I have a good job. I buy what I want when I want. I actually made a line that was something similar to that, when I posted my video on why I bought the XDR, because I freaking can. It's stuff that I'm building towards, when I retire in 3 or 4 years. I've kind of gone up the line with the rods, even though I still fish the monster bass lunker sticks on the river. Because I say this, people ask, well, why would I fish those? Yeah, see, Liz, and that's exactly why. She's dead on the money, because that's how you guys are. You don't, you're more about supporting others and helping me support others than you are in it for yourself. And I mean, I know that. But it's just one of those things. But now I'm rambling. But I did want to just take a moment and thank all of you who follow along and support the stuff that we do. It's fun. It's I've been away from making videos because I took a lot of time this year to just go fish. And I kind of wanted to whine a little bit about it tonight before I got, a guest on. But, the last few years I've been so focused on making YouTube videos that I was making that into my work and not going fishing because, I got to go put out another video. I got to do it. I got to grow. I got to get bigger. And then, the last several months, you guys saw me take, I don't know how many vacations this year and just not create content. It wasn't fun. And I just wanted to go fish. I think the first time that I told Matt and Jeremy that I couldn't meet them to go fish because I had to put out a video, it was after that weekend when I got back to work. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Why in the world would I pass on an opportunity to go do what I love, to sit here and create a video about what I love when I could be out doing it? The whole point of this channel is to do what I love first, but share that with others so that they might join us. And when I started treating this shit like it was going to be, something that was going to blow up and pay my retirement and all that, I'm like, no, it's not. I don't really care. I will honestly say, I freely admit, would I love to get a silver play button to feel like I've accomplished something before I, stroked out, died, passed on, left this planet for a better place? That would be pretty cool. Be even cooler to win a Bassmaster, trophy someday. But come on, just me. That's one of those things that can happen to anybody. But you know what? It's it's something I could do. I mean, I actually rolled over 33,000 fishing fam strong today, and whoever would have. But I'm still having fun. I'm getting back to the joy of creating the videos again. You're going to see a shit ton of rod and reel reviews coming out because those tend to be popular. And, people want to, people when they go shop, they want to hear various opinions, but they want to hear opinions of people who are not sponsored by like one company. It's hard for me to sit there and say, go buy an Old Town kayak when I'm on the Old Town Pro staff. That to me is not the same. So if I'm still pushing Old Town, even though you watch me on the water in a bona fide, that's me being me, kind of keeping it real the way I want it. It's just the way I've tried to be. But again, I'm rambling. But I had to stop. I had to stop and say thank you to those of you out here who jump in every week, and every video, comment all the time, and support me and push me on and remind me what it is, why I do this sometimes. Because sometimes I lose sight of that. I get so stressed out from work. I get so beat down. It's so hard to sit down, you guys know I'm an IT security manager, and it's like working for the Department of Defense. There's inspection after, there's always something. There's either a hack, a patch that broke a bunch of shit, somebody coming in to inspect us for something. And I work 4 10-hour days, and by the time Thursday rolls around, my brain is literally drained. I mean, it's a mental mind every single day. And then, having to come down, I say having, coming back and then trying to find time to sit down, edit, shoot videos, do all that and go do what I love. I don't often leave time for myself, but this year I have, and this past year I have. I got out, I fished more, I went to the gym more, I ate better, minus the stupid McRib. But, that was part of me trying to get my mindset back in there too. But a lot of times, you guys, I actually was talking to Jeremy today. It's like, dude, I don't even know if I want to go to the NC this year. He's like, don't make me come over there and slap you. I was like, I mean, I'm hoping I can, but I think we've got an inspection that's scheduled around that time. But I was just like, he's like, dude, that's where we go, and that's where we see everybody. And I was like, you know what, you're 100% right, because it's fun to go do those kind of things. It's fun to be there, and especially it's fun because it's our family reunion. So that's what I love about it. But I am not going to do as many as I have in the past. I think this year I'm going to try to do the KBF National Championship. I think that's in April. Obviously, I have to go to the Bassmaster Classic, and I say have to because I'm working as a partner in the booth with the Fish Texas kayak trailers. So that'll be cool. I'll be there with Ike. I'll be there with Abby Abonanza. I'll be there with Guillermo. The whole Fish Texas kayak trailers team, and plus, I'll be getting my new kayak trailer there. That'll be the double that I'll be using to carry the Power and the XTR around with. So those, if we get with somebody and there's a veteran who wants to get, or anybody who wants to get in a kayak and try it out for the first time, I'll have that XTR there ready to go with the XI3 on it. Sorry. Liz says she won't be at the NC, and I get it. I still want to go do an event with Liz. I actually want to get on a plane sometime over winter and fly down and go fish with Liz, but I'll have to see if we can make that happen. But I still want to get down there and fish her Florida waters, because I think that'd be really cool. It would be fun to do. But I'll tell you guys, since the other event that I'll do will be one Bassmaster event, but that's a Bassmaster event that will be 4 hours from here. It's not been announced yet, but I already know where it is. It's, the good thing about being Fishing with Gramps, they know, they being Steve Owens and Drew Gregory at the Kayak Adventure Series, they know I have a pretty good reach into new kayak anglers, because that's what we are. As a fishing fam, a lot of people came to kayaks from bank fishing. Very much like Debo, there's so many people that we know that just got into kayaks. Are you sticking around? No, I don't have time to stick around anywhere. I saw that the Cavs was in Paris, Texas, but that's going to be an in and out kind of a thing. I just don't have the leave days this year. If I want to go to Minnesota, if I want to go to KBFNC, if I want to go to the Classic, and then I want to go to that Bassmaster that's close to home, I've got to save all of my vacation days. I mean, that's just so. I mean, I actually thought about that when I was like, "Ooh, I could," and I was like, "Ooh, boy, no," because I got to be there a few days before the Classic, because that's when the kayak guys are fishing, and then the kayak, the Classic itself is that weekend, and then I got to be on the road coming back on Monday. But as much as I would love to fish in Paris, I mean, I have heard so many stories about donkeys out of there. If I wasn't doing anything else next year, if I wasn't doing any of the other events, I would do that. But I've got to save most of my time, because that one trip up to Minnesota at the headwaters for the Kayak Adventure Series, and Debo, if you're still in here, you might want to look at that one. That would be a great place to do a little get together, because we're going to be fishing for some giant smallies in St. Cloud, Minnesota with the Kayak Adventure Series. And the cool thing about that one, dude, is that one is it's got a tournament involved in it, but it's also a fun tournament. It's got a dink tournament. It's got a regular big bass. It's got a team tournament to it. So Drew Gregory with the Kayak Adventure Series got a lot of good stuff. So Debo, if you wanted to come,
up to St. Cloud, Minnesota. It's probably as far for you as it is for me. I think for me it's like 12, 13 hours or something like that. But I'm being told by my friends from up north is that is the one of the places for some big smallies. And I think it's in middle of July, I believe. So we have to get together, talk about that. Either way, I still need to get my butt up there and see you and fish with you one of these days. Whether I drag the boat up there or kayaks, however you want to do it. Kayaks. Go up there and shoot some videos and have some fun. Get you and old Dizzle out there. I can bring my other kayak and we'll put him in the big one. Yeah, like Liz said, it'll all work out. And we all know that, we'll try to do our stuff and things. Liz been living way down there in Florida. I was like, I'd love to just have an event down somewhere where she's at. And but we're all across the nation in all kinds of different places too. But yeah, so oh man. Yeah, I mean, and that's the fun part too. I mean, and the funny thing is I'm trying to lose weight so I can go bank fish a little more. Well, I say that there are streams and creeks. Still not measure fish though, keeping my manhood. I've got boards you can use. It's still it's still fun. And really up there, them fish are so big. I mean, when I went up to Wisconsin and I'm just now getting ready to start editing that video, that was literally the greatest week of fishing I've had in my entire life. I mean, I can't believe I haven't got this video out yet. But like I said, I've got to do some XTR rigging videos and some review stuff too, because it is the buying season and people who might be looking at moving up into the next, sets of rods and reels. You see Debo do his video on the SLX-A. I've got one with the the new SLX-A, the MGL 70A, because we all love that 70 MGL. And then I've got one on the DCXT, and then I've got a bunch of different rod ones coming out too, so people can kind of get an idea at what price point you could find, what kind of rods to match up with a lot of those reels. But you guys might get a kick out of a lot of those. I did like a Lew's roundup, even though I'm not really a Lew's guy. I decided this year that if I'm going to be a fanboy of anything, I'm just going to stick with my Shimanos, because that's pretty much what I've used since when was I boat fishing? 94. Yeah, somewhere in the 90s. I was still boat fishing, and that's when I started in the Corrado game. And I know somewhere in this house in the box, and my wife and I are actually going through all of our stuff and repacking and getting rid of old stuff and stuff from when the kids were stuff. But I know I've got at least one or two of my old green Corrados somewhere. I know there's at least one somewhere. It killed me because Jeremy still had the Castaics that he had from back in the day, and I actually bought one from Rich. It's sitting like right there. He had a Castaic with the flipping switch, and I used to have that. And I remember selling a lot of that stuff when we had to move for something at one point in time, and I always regretted. But he was upgrading and going into other reels, and he put that Castaic with the flipping switch up there, and I just had to buy it. And then of course Sly Fox sent me an old Bantam from like way back. So I'm still a Shimano guy at heart. That is one, I don't know, fanboy or diehard or whatever you want to call it. That's in me is Shimano reels. It's just, as much as I've loved playing with the others, I just know all the history of, including when Shimano actually built Lew's reels for Lew, and they swiped that BB1. But yeah, broken 3 rods or so far and replaced them all. Oh, there you go. Also be sure to be checking every night. It seems like after 8 or 9 o'clock, I'm not sure what time it is, American Legacy drops the prices. And I'm actually going to talk about this in the public live. But like the SLX-A, or the new SLX 70A, that's normally $150. It'll drop down to like 120. So they'll take like 30 or 50 bucks off of it. And it's just random stuff, it seems like, all the time. But I actually caught some screenshots of it, and you'll see that in the video when I edit them here shortly when I'm doing those reviews. But I mean, it's hard to beat those. For me, the Corrado used to be life, But man, I'm in love with. I can literally go fish with just the 3 SLX that I have: the SLX XT, the SLX 70A for finesse and jerk baits and stuff like that, and then those DC XTs that you can only order on eBay or Decada, yeah, or Digicata or whatever it's called. But I've got 2 of those, and I'm probably going to add some more to my arsenal. I will say this, and I said this in the video: those SLX XT DC reels, I would rather have 2 of those than the one Metanium DC I have. And it's basically a 2-for-1 kind of a thing. They fit the hands so nice. I can't really tell the weight difference. And that they're just amazing, amazing reels. So, and I've not been a big fan of digital control in the past because it yeah, did you smack your mama? I've not been a big fan of them in the past, but you can tell I was doing like a little SLX roundup, you know, because I've got like all of them sitting here. Well, there's one Corrado in there. No, there's not. But this SLX DCXT, it's half the price of the Metanium. It's like you can get it on Digicata. Is that what it's called? I always say that like it's some anime, you know, website or something. But they're like $220 depending on the thing. But you know, good old MGL 70 been the staple. And then I picked up the new version of it. Then I picked up the new SLX XT, which, you know, got to figure out what I'm gonna do with this one yet. But I mean, so much goodness. Gymkata. That's what I was thinking of. But yeah, I mean, I love them a little bit, and these are the ones I got to get cleaned up. You can see I got all my loos back there. I'm actually selling all of those, and then just increasing my collection of SLXs, and then maybe 1 or 2 on the higher end just to play with. I'm actually going to get a what is it? A twin power for my NRX Plus. That'll be my Senko. That's the heavier duty kind of reel. But hey, we can talk gear and all that too. But this is supposed to be members only live about you guys, the members. So, like I said, I'm going to talk about the giveaway I'm going to do next month. No, not in the next month. Later this month. I keep forgetting it's already December. My Gran is in there. Gran is in there putting up the Christmas tree. I keep thinking we're in November, but no, tomorrow's December 7th. Remember the 7th of December. Got to pay tribute and honor to our, yep, Trevor won that. I had to order another one because I forgot I gave that to you and it wasn't here for me to talk about. But all right, let me let you guys go. I'm going to hop on the actual live here in a second. We're going to talk with our good friend, Michael Ridenauer. Those of you who know him already know. And those who don't, they get to meet him. So I'll see you over there in just a minute.